What up? I'm back. Today is August 24th. Today was stupid. Today is always cool, man. Every day is fire, bro. Every day is perfect, man. Today's actually been kind of a... Dude, it was a weird day, man. I woke up this morning. Got a text. Had to go take care of something. And ended up having a good conversation with somebody. And it's always cool, man. It's always cool to just be able to spend time with people. And then maybe give my logic, give my wisdom, give my time. And just kind of let people know, reassure them that they're fucking fire. And, like, they'll figure it out. You're tough. You're strong. And, so that's what I did this morning. And then when I got back, I got done. I had to go meet somebody at 11, so I spent an hour and a half, I don't know, wow, with somebody. And it was perfect, man. It was cool. It was cool. And, it's like everyone's going through stuff. Everyone's gone through stuff. Everyone's had a rough life. Everyone life to themselves is hard. And I look at that, and I look at humans, and that's where I come with a lot of compassion, because I understand that to some people, my life may look like lollipops and candy. And then to other people, my life may look good, or hard, and difficult. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. Each person's life is catered exactly to them. Like, that's what's so crazy about the world. It's like, depending on your perception of it, like, it can be heaven, or it can be hell. Or it can be hell until you gain control and change your perception and accept life for what it is. And it's lessons. It's a game. It's up, it's down. It's win, it's lose. It's part of it, it's opposites. It has to be this way, otherwise there'd be no point in being here. If everything was exactly the same since the day you was born, life was just something, that would suck. There would be no fun in it, because fun wouldn't exist. Because you have to understand the opposite. And I understand, because I talk about duality, I talk about the yin and the yang, I talk about all this stuff all the time. It's probably the biggest thing, is understanding there's 2 sides of Cody, there's 3 sides of Cody, there's 4 sides of Cody, there's multiple sides of Cody. I'll touch it all. I'll play with it all. It doesn't freaking matter, because it's part of life. It's about understanding and feeling everything. So you know. And then you can choose how you want to spend the rest of your life. But you needed to have a gauge. You needed to have a time frame where it was out of your control. So you can learn. And I guess that's kind of it. Like, you understand, you come into the world, you come in as a baby, you come out the womb, you come out a portal. You go from one existence to another existence. You go from one reality to another reality. And you have to instantly surrender to somebody who's going to feed you, who's going to hold you, cuddle you, make you feel okay and safe and secure. And then you get a couple years to find some love, to find attention, to start watching the world around you. And you start forming what's going on. You learn to walk, you learn to talk. And you're kind of oblivious to what's really happening. You're kind of oblivious to everything, because you're walking in your own power. When you're a child, you don't know any better. You're walking in your own world. And you understand that people are going to hand you stuff out of... They're going to hand you, they're going to feed you. They're going to change your fucking diaper. And you're a little baby, you're a little kid, and you're starting to talk. You can't communicate with people. You're getting frustrated because you want this, you want that. And then as you get better and get older, when you can start communicating, you start understanding people, you start understanding the things that you're saying, these people aren't receptive to. Or they make you feel bad. Or they make you feel like you're doing wrong. And so then you start to change your actions in order to make other people happy. Because you start to learn that if you do this act, people get pissed off, people yell at you, you get spanked. You get a spanking. And you may not like that pain. Or you get embarrassed. You know, a lot of times it's not the pain that hurts us, it's the embarrassment. It's the shame and guilt that's put on you through that physical action. They're getting called out, they're getting singled out in front of other people, other peers, brothers and sisters. And you start to just wonder what they're thinking. Maybe you see a smirk, you see a grin on someone when you get in trouble, you know, and then it just starts breaking you. And then so like you start going through the age and you're learning what you can and can't do, what makes other people happy, what doesn't, what gets you love, what gets you attention, what gets you focus. And you build all these skills. Not good, not bad. Yes, they come with real repercussions. And then you kind of grow up through that and you start using those skills to go through life. You know, some people become super self-centered. Some people become super empathetic. It just depends. Every situation's different. A lot comes into play with it. A lot comes with if you're first born, second born, third, fourth. It just depends on what position you are there, you know. And you can break those down based on psychology, based on, you know, mostly. It doesn't have to always be true, but for the most part, you can watch, you can see that the middle kid is always going to be a helper. He's always going to try and fit in and make everyone happy. He's the smartest one out of all of them. Every time. He's always the smartest one. Every single time. There's no way around it. Because he's focusing on everybody else. He's picking up clues. And like I said, I call that kid the helper. He's always helping. He's always doing this. He's always just trying to make everyone okay. He's trying to make sure the mom's okay. He's trying to make sure the brothers and sisters are okay. Just everything. You know, he's the one who gets used by everybody. But he feels that these other people aren't going to do it. You know, it's a kid that somewhat sets his own morals. It's a kid that, dude, the strongest. Dude, he's the strongest. He is definitely the strongest. And anyone who says he's not they're another kid. They're another kid. And I can break this down all day long. I can, you know, it doesn't mean that some firstborn kids aren't awesome. But it just depends on a lot of situations. And but it's just weird, like you look at it and each kid has a role. You know, one kid's doing this, one kid has anxiety, one kid has to be the best. You know, the firstborn kid has to be the best because he's number one. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with it, and it's all weird, and it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. And so it's like a lot of what I'm going to do in the future is break all that mold. I have to break all that mold because everything that I do in life is supposed to be an example. Meaning I have to be above and beyond in every single thing that I do because no one else is going to do it. No one else is capable of doing it. No one else is even thinking about doing it because they're so worried about themselves and everything else. And it sucks when I talk like this because I do get a little angry. I get a little angry at humans. I get angry at the fact that like they just don't, like, how do you not look outside of yourself? How are you so single-minded? How do you, woe is me? Because it's like I look at the life that I lived and it was regular to me. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was regular. And I overcame all that regularness. But I did the work. I gave myself a year and 8 months. Or whatever, however long it's been. I don't even know. I don't keep up with the time. I don't really care. I gave myself time. Not fake time. Not 3-day weekend time. But a lot of time. Real time. You know, I said I'm not a monk. I'm not done this stuff. I'm not. And I'm up there with them. And I did it different. I did it my way. Cody's way. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong for everybody else, but it's my way, and it worked for me. It was the only way I could do it, to give myself 24/7, 200%, infinite percent of myself to myself. It's a freaking lot, man. Dude, it's a lot. And like, you just have to walk away from everything and everyone. You can't chase over things that you want. You can't even focus on people you can't give more than they. Like, it sucks. You gotta turn into a bad guy. You gotta start setting boundaries that, dude, when you're a helper, dude, it sucks. It hurts. To know that you can help somebody, to know that you can ease their pain, and you cannot do it. You cannot fix the problem for them anymore. Even though you could fix it right now. You could drop and yell and put someone in their place and break them. You could drop every bully that you ever see. But you understand, you got to have that compassion for people to understand that this is based on their life experience. And it sucks. And it's not my place a lot of times to really put people in their place. The people that are getting talked down to and stuff like that, they have to endure that crap until one day they become so sick of it that they either leave or that they start to become confident in themselves and they start speaking up for themselves. Because otherwise nothing's going to change. Teach a man to fish. You know, he'll never be hungry again. You give a man a fish, he'll have food for a day. And all this stuff is so difficult for me. Because it's like, I can end this. I can solve this problem right now. I can talk bad. I can drop somebody. I can do anything I need to do to fix the problem. But it's only going to fix a problem. It's not going to fix the problem. Because the problem is always power. It's always the dynamic of power. And it's the people that don't understand that they do have power and that they've been broke down and whittled through a lifetime of people being over them and telling them they're wrong, making them question themselves, making them not have any confidence. And then it's the people that learn that all they have to do is bluff, all they have to do is be louder than, all they have to do is say manipulative stuff to get the other people to do what they want to do. I know I lived both. I was always both. I've always been both. That's why I am who I am. It's why I think that I'm white. Or I did think that I was white, but my skin was something else. I've always been duality since the day I was born. Or a couple of days after. That's how I was raised. To be multifaceted. To be different. To be everything. To be all things. To understand. To be able to switch. To be able to chameleon into anything and all things. And get burnt in every situation so I would learn. Never listen to anybody. Never trust the soul. I had to learn by freaking doing it. Learn by example. Or learn by a challenge. And I had to face it. And overcome it. It's a very fun life, dude. Like, it's not even difficult. It's fun. It's just regular. Like, my life has been a blessing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I look back at everything I've gone through. Every lesson. Every body break that I've done. Every working 4 or 5 days straight. Working 4 months straight. Not taking a day off. Staying up multiple days at a time, doing jobs for people, bending over backward to get shit on. And then having to, try and recover after 10 years of it. My body being broke. And just now recovering from it. And I still got fat from it. And I still got to get rid of that stuff. And so then I have subconscious issues with that. Like, I feel like I'm fat, but I'm strong as balls. I'm strong as a bull, because I am a bull. But it's all these things. It's like, well, what do I want to do? Now I know that I need to take a fast. I need to do a 3-day fast. But it's like, it sucks, because it's like, I'm going through a lot of stuff already. I don't want to stress my body even more, even though I know I need to do that. I need to clean myself. And it sucks, because now it's like, I know I have to do it. And if I want to do 3 days, then I kind of want to push it and see how far I could go. Then it's frustrating, because then it's like I got to work too then at the same time. I don't know what I'm going to do, because now my work is picking up again. And now not only is my work picking back up again because I'm able to do it and my mind is right for me to just walk into places and make the piss out of money, because I came back into understanding that work, I'm living to work, not working to live. And so you start to grow and you start to become all these things. You start to become confident in yourself and you start to understand your ability in life. And that you are number one and that you are fire and you're capable of anything, all things. And it took 1.5 years to get here, or however long it did. And I know that I had to lose everything. I had to go through these trials. I had to go through these phases. I had to go through these situations where I had money, then I spent all my money. I didn't spend it all, but I spent what I wanted to. And then I reshaped my budgets and started being frugal. And then I understood that I don't need anything to be happy. I need the very bare minimum to be happy. I don't need new things. I don't need shiny things. I don't care about none of that stuff. It makes zero sense. And so I lived a life where I could spend money and have fun and do all the extravagant things. And then I learned that I could also live the opposite. Where I don't spend money. Where I literally just spend time with myself and I eat the bare minimum or whatever I can just to have the food in my body, and I don't care. Where I already have enough. All my needs, my basic needs, which is enough, are met. And it's super crazy because it's like once you live both, you understand, like, what now what? I can live bare minimum, and if I just have a little bit more, that's freaking outstanding. You know, and maybe I can splurge and go on vacations and stuff now and splurge in those moments, and I can go back to the frugal living if I want. Or I can just go work more and make the shit out of money and go spend whatever. It doesn't matter. I have all options. Because I've tasted and dipped my foot in everything. In everything. You know, and then I look at people's lives that are stuck in one-track minds, because I was there. Well, I didn't want to take risks. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to go have fun. I didn't understand anything. I just wanted to do a routine over and over and over again. And like, dude, that sucks, dude. Like, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be 60, 70 years old and you're going to be like, what did I do? What did I do? Nothing. Because my life has been exactly the same for the last 60 years of my life. It sucks. I didn't explore. I didn't do this. I didn't spend money. I didn't blow money. I didn't go experience life and everything that was offered to me. I didn't create. I never created anything. I never left a mark on this world. And it's not about the notoriety. It's about making something, creating something that's yours, that no one else has done. And it came out of you. Like, that's fire to me. Whether it's a song, whether it's a poem, whether it's art, whether it's building something, a house, creating a business, filling a need. Like, dude, life is infinite possibilities, and like, if you're not doing that, like, what's the point? And maybe you're worried or you don't have enough money. Say, dude, I live the weirdest I've ever lived, and I am the happiest I've ever been. Like, I do not care. I do not care. I mean, the only thing that I'm kind of struggling with is the fact that I have all this art and I need to figure out how to do something with it now. How can I make the biggest impact on the world with it? How can I just inspire? How can I just inspire people to do things and take time for themselves? Like, how can I do that? Because when you start doing that, dude, everything changes. When you don't care about nothing but creating, like, it's fire. And I look at that like relationships too. It's like when you come together with people, like if you start to look at it like you're creating something together, you're creating relationships, you're creating love, you're creating experiences together, you're creating problems, you're creating solutions. Like, everything is freaking amazing that you get the opportunity to do nothing but create all the time. Not that you have to, but that you get to. And appreciate it. Every decision in life is a creation. You are creating your future. You are creating the outcome you want. Yes, I want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. Like, it's fire. It's like, how can you not be happy? Yes, I want to go to the lake. Yes, I wanted to sit in my truck and talk. Yes, I want to sit, watch the sunset, and just hold somebody's fucking hand. You don't have to talk. Whatever. Like these are the things like you don't even know. Like this is ridiculous. And it would never happen like that ever again. Never again would the sun be coming down in the same spot at the same time and you're listening to the same song. Breathing the same air. It's like every moment of every day is so precious and perfect. Every single one. It's like when you start to think and perceiving the world the way it truly is, dude, everything changes. Everything changes. Nothing will be the same again. You won't be pity pouting. You won't be crying. You won't be looking like your ass is a victim. You'll be seizing the moment, carpe diem, whatever the crap that means. And you're gonna be living life. You're gonna be living life. You're gonna be having fun. You're gonna be crying. You're gonna be laughing. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's all part of life. And you can't have one without the other. Otherwise you can't appreciate either. This song, so somehow, when I posted the videos yesterday, I posted the videos that were supposed to be for today on yesterday's talk. And so today I'm just going to post the first set of those videos to this talk. And, but everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to. And I don't understand why. But it does. In one perception, it was a mistake. But in another perception, in the overall totality, it was perfection. Because mistakes are still perfection. It's a lesson. I don't know what the lesson is now. You know, I don't know. I know everything, but at the same time I cannot recall everything. Because I haven't asked the questions to know. I haven't asked all the questions yet. And I know that if I do have a question, as long as I give myself time and attention, I will come up with the right answer. And then it will be a pride and ego check from there. Whether I believe the answer that I came up with or not. Do I have faith in myself or do I not? Do I take the leap or do I not? This song is perfect, man. Everything is so perfect. Everything. I hung out with a guy today. We did a little bit of work. We ate breakfast. I don't like sugar. My body acts so weird on sugar. Like, I gotta quit eating sugar. It's not good for me. I can go without it. It's weird. And I'm done with it. I just need to eat fruits and vegetables, man. I don't know. I've just been trying to live it up, to be honest with you, when I can get the chance. Just eat whatever the hell I want. And it's fine within balance, but you know, if I want to get as healthy as possible, I got to do the healthiest possible things. And it's frustrating sometimes because you only have so much time in the day, and you got to be a little bit more strategic with your time, and you can't do this, you can't do that, and you got to focus and whatnot. It is what it is. It's just part of it. And like I said, I always just talk about like how much change that I've actually gone through, and it's a lot. And so it's like, you know, I'm just being a little bitch, and it is what it is. And I know who I am. Whatever. But it just depends. Like, you know, I'm happy with whatever for the most part now. So it's like, do I just want to really, like, when I just got to push it and whatever. I don't know. It's weird. But I think a lot of it is still like, even though I believe in myself and I'm confident and all this stuff, at the same time, you're still building that. It doesn't come overnight. Like, you're still building and building and building it. And it still takes time to build that trust and that love in yourself. And so, like, even if I walk around the world and I seem confident all the time, like, I'm walking around the world confident as hell, but I'm also only confident as hell because I'm doing stuff that allows me to still be confident as hell. If I'm not pushing the limit, right? To other people, it may look like a lot of confidence and stuff, but to me, it's just, there's still stuff that I'm not confident in, but they don't know that. That's the point. Like, they don't understand. But from their eyes looking in, they're just like, dude, Cody, that dude's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm crazy, and I love myself, but also there's still levels that I need to keep pushing past and pushing past and pushing past. It doesn't mean that I believe in my art. I believe in what it is. I believe in the stacks of paintings in my house. I believe in all these talks, all this information that is real, that is true, and that everyone in the world needs to hear it. I believe in that. And it would change a lot of things for people if they had, took the time to listen to it and really listen. And come with an open mind. Come innocent like a child. And then maybe took a little bit of it and just started giving themselves time. That's the greatest lesson of all. Give yourself time. The person that I talked to today, I was like, look, I was like, the one thing that I push, I was like, I'm starting to understand things about religion, and it's just so clouded and foggy, and that it's just not, it's made by man, and I'm like, but the one thing, like I said, that it's everything, give yourself time. You came into this world with everything you needed to survive. Your Creator imprinted everything on you. He gave you the instruction manual. Give yourself time. If you go to church and there's nothing but nasty people in there and you don't trust anyone, you don't believe any of them, and you know what they do every night, they're cheating on their husbands, they're cheating on their wives, they're stealing money, they steal from you, they do bad business practices, like, why would you keep going there? Oh, well, God knows your heart. Does he, though? God knows your heart? That's just a cop-out to do bad things. And I've had people tell me that. I'm like, dude, you guys don't make any sense. You can't justify what God thinks or judges you. Like, you either do good, and you know what good is. Like, you do. Everyone knows what good is. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. From day one, you know. You know if you make somebody cry, more than likely it's not good. I make people cry sometimes. And I know maybe the act is not good. But at the same time, it's like the outcome will be better. I get it. I know. I played these games. I've walked both. I'm capable of both. And sometimes you got to get a little dirty to get a good response. I get it. But that's between me and whatever my judgment is. I don't believe in any of that stuff, but whatever. I judge myself. And I get karma. I get hurt because of it. I had to deal with my crap. But I don't intend to hurt people's feelings. I know that sometimes it will, but a lot of it is the truth. It's the intent of, and I hate intent. I do. Because it doesn't matter what intent I have, the other person can perceive it as negative or bad or harm. So maybe intent is important. And I guess technically it would be. But it doesn't mean, like, I don't know. There's situations with that has nothing to do with anything. We could bring up all kinds of situations. And that's what I'm saying. Like, life in general, it's super simple, but at the same time, everyone wants to ask these stupid questions sometimes that would sway the other way. And I get it, because I'm the type of dude who sees from every perspective. So that's why I stop myself a lot of times, because it's like, I could come up with every scenario to counteract everything that I say. Like, I'm that type of dude. I'm that devil's advocate. I'm the dude who can come up with anything to debunk what you're saying. Anything. I have a lot of wisdom. I have a lot of time. I know. I know so many perspectives on so many things. I could trick you every single time. I understand this. I could make whatever. And that's like a narcissistic trait. Where, like, you could make people second guess themselves by bringing up a new scenario. And one that debunks their scenario. And where they cannot diffuse it because what you say is actually true. And that just gets someone to second guess themselves. And to make themselves think that they're wrong. And you can do that in a sly way. And then I do it now. Like I said, I do it in a way to disprove stuff that they think. Or to give them, not really disprove it, but just to allow them to say that, wait a minute, there is more than one perspective. Because a lot of times, especially in the Bible Belt, there's only one perspective in life. And it depends on the perspective of your church. Your leaders. Your God man. Your pastor. You're holier than thou. And he's not holier than thou. That's the issue. That's the problem. If you come and look at him like he's a human, then that's one thing. And if you inspire to listen to him because you think he has a wealth full of knowledge, that's one thing. But kind of around here, we build cults about a man. And it's like, dude, you guys are so stupid, man. Like, why do you keep putting your faith in humans? Like, first of all, you don't put your faith in yourself, which is the number one human you should put your faith in first. But we always look to external sources. Like, it makes zero sense to me. And I can look at this like, if now that I'm getting older, and I still do things that are probably less healthy, whether it's eating sugar or drinking Cokes or whatever, drinking alcohol, whatever. But it's like, you look at life, and I look at it like, if I never harmed myself, ever, if I ate healthy, I did everything 100% right, I only ate organic, fresh, everything, drank the best water in the world, breathed the finest air. Nothing outside of me, or nothing inside of me, myself, would never be a threat to myself. Therefore, the only true threats to me have to come from the outside world. Therefore, instead of me being so receptive to follow another human being, I would be like weary of other human beings. And it's not that I'm afraid of them, but I would just be like, let me take that information, let me check with myself to find if I think it's true, if I believe it's true, after I do my due diligence, after I, think it over, look at all the perspectives and look at all the information. And not blindly follow another human being that blindly followed another human being that blindly followed another human being. And some of this information is like, what's funny to me is like, and this is why I say this, like, I don't know what space is. I've never been to space. I don't know what's in the deepest, darkest trenches of the ocean, because I've never been to the deepest, darkest trenches of the ocean. I don't know. I haven't spent time down there. I don't know. I don't know what the core of the earth looks like. I've never been there, and neither have us. I don't know what the shape of the earth is. I've never been so far away from the earth that I can look back at it and take a big ass picture and say that's what it is. I don't know. Anyone who says that they know those things is a liar. We can assume all day long, yes. We can predict all day long. But to say that we do know for a fact, you're a liar. Because you don't. We've dug 8 miles. So we only know 8 miles deep in the Earth's core. We do know that, I guess. Or they do. I don't. I wasn't there. I don't know. Based on the information. Whatever. They said they went up and took pictures of the Earth. And they put all those pixels together and created a painting. A photo. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe they didn't. Only 25 people's been, supposedly, or however many people it is. No one's ever died up there. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're right. Maybe we have a base on the dark side of the moon. I don't know. Who cares? It doesn't even involve me. It's just all noise. It's won wars. And the Cold War was that. Who can go to space first? Whoever went to space first won. Maybe it's the greatest movie ever produced by whoever. Who knows? But none of that stuff even matters because you can't even focus on yourself. The stuff that's real. The stuff that you, if you just give yourself time, you'll figure it out on your own. Figure out how to be happy. How to live in your bubble. Not the other bubbles that they're creating for you. Not creating all these universes, all these multiverses, all these movies. That's what that is. It's creating tons and tons and tons of false reality. They are making that. They're causing you to be in a reality of your blue. They're causing a reality of your red. They're causing you a reality that you're in the LBG community. They're causing a reality that you're super conservative and a bigot. You're another race, and then they're splitting races into their own realities. They're just splitting everybody up in all realities when we're all one people on the same plane at the same time, going through the same hardships no matter what race we are. They created something happened, a pandemic, whatever you want to call it, that did not discriminate what color you are. Or maybe it did. I don't think so. But it kind of, sort of does look like it discriminated against social classes for sure. It does look that way if you look into it. How does that happen? I don't know. Tell me. And they fill your brain full of all this reality because you're watching the news all the time. You're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die. It's so bad, everyone's going to die. This is the worst. You got to do this, you got to do that. You got to come here and let us put this in you. You don't even know what the hell it is. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. That's you decipher that for yourself. Who knows? I made it the whole time. Not changing a thing. Everyone I know got it. I did not. And I will not. But what's real? I don't know. Influenza? Yeah. Eat healthy. Take your greens. I don't know. Keep your immune system high. Don't fill your mind full of garbage that makes you acceptable and to believe into something that may or may not be as bad as it say it was. But if you believe it, you will achieve it. Same thing as if you believe it, it will happen. Why do they... Like, you think about all these motivational stuff when you're growing up in school. The little cat hanging on the cliff or whatever. I don't know. Whatever those things were. Like, all this stuff is so real. Like, we are so dumb as humans. And then we just blindly accept everything. And we just sit in front of our TVs, in front of these black tubes, in front of these black mirrors, and we just soak in information that's being produced and made by other human beings. And that's fine. As long as you can believe that it's fake and it's not real. That it could be make-believe, or it's coming out of a box. But the whole point is our subconscious picks it up and causes it true. And then when you start watching news channels that are, that are more focused towards propaganda, in which they tell you it is, and they tell you that propaganda is legal and they can say anything or anything they want. It doesn't matter if it's true or not true. Like, there's laws to it. Read the laws of propaganda. And you look at it and you watch it as it's true. And then just fill your mind full of fear and shame, which lowers your vibration and lowers your immune system. And then create stories in your head so you're more willing to accept that, you live in this area of town and that there's robbers running the streets. Maybe there's not. But then you're afraid, and then you're always clenching your purse, and then it says that it's Hispanic males that are doing it. Until every time you see a Hispanic male, you clench your purse and you start discriminating against. Like, this is the way it all works. It's all a big story, and who's pushing the story, and what are they doing? They're trying to divide. Keep us separate. They're trying to not let us Tower of Babel this shit. And I look at Tower of Babel, it's like, yeah, there was negative in it. Yes, they wanted to become God. They wanted to become the creator. They wanted to overpower and take control over all of nature, all of the world. Their pride and ego, that was their downfall. And it wasn't really theirs, it was his. It was one man who pumped them up. But we can come back and we can fight that one man. We can fight that one group of people. We can take this world back and give it back to who it belongs to, which is us, and to nature. And we can live in peace and harmony together. And understand that we are one people. We're going through one struggle. We're going through one time together. And the only way for us as people to succeed is together. And anything that we put our minds to, we can overcome. We have to be one. I don't know, man. Today was cool. This talk, I got off weird. I did drink a margarita. I haven't drank in a while. But I was like, you know what? I went somewhere and I was like, you know what? I'm going to drink. Let me try one of the margaritas. That's what I told her. And she gave me one and she was like, you want another? I was like, hell no. No, I don't want another margarita. You got your mind. No way. No way. It's all about balance. It's kind of like a celebration. I thought about when I sat down, and maybe this is kind of like how you celebrate. You get a little treat, and you get on some, you just enjoy your food and eat and get a little drink, like whatever. And I look back, and it's like, I'm just trying to celebrate like the things that I've overcame, like, which is a lot, dude. Like, it's such a lot. It's all things. Like, it's a lot, man. Like, I can't even. I told somebody, it's like, dude, I cannot imagine my life being any different than it is now. I can't imagine the fact that I just healed through everything. I can't imagine that I'm not a victim anymore. I can't imagine that, I know how to love. I love myself completely. I trust myself completely. And even if I have doubts, a little bit of doubts, I don't really in the moment. I just know that I can only do so much today. And I can only do a little bit today to help me for tomorrow, and so on and so on. And then this is a journey. I cannot do this act today and everything explode. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I don't know. It's not up to me. I can just do what I can do. And whatever happens, happens. But it's cool, man. You just watch people and it's like, man, you just try and be there for them, and you just try to give them a little bit of your perspective, and you just try and tell them, like, you know what I can guarantee right now, because we're here together, we're talking. Maybe after that, no. And I look we kind of talked about my mom a little bit, and I was like, mom did it right, dude. Like she owed people money, she owed IRS money or something like that, or I had bills, I was like, she did it right. She went out of this world owing people money. That means she spent all the money she had. She enjoyed everything that she had when she was here, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of the way that I was like, look, I was like, see how easy it is to change the perspective on something? I was like, it's that simple. Well, you can look at your mom and, she didn't have $1 million in her 401k that she never even got to touch because she was waiting until she was 65 years old to get it. She'd been saving her whole life to get. She may not even make it there. She did not. She didn't even make it to 60. So with a simple change of the perspective, to understand that, you know what? I may not live another year. Doesn't mean you have to be stupid and live paycheck to paycheck, but it means what's guaranteed and what's not guaranteed. I'll tell you what's guaranteed is having fun today, if you choose so. What's guaranteed is loving today, if you choose so. What's guaranteed today? Living fucking life today. That's what's guaranteed. Tomorrow, 20 years from now, when you're 65, when you're 70, that's not guaranteed. And you're working to live. And you may never even make it to that live part. You may never even get to enjoy your spoils. You're never going to get to enjoy life and the things that you accumulated. Someone told me a story about a guy who had tons of money, and when he died, before he died, he told his wife, "You bury me with that money." And she was like, "Okay, whatever." And she wrote him a check and buried him with a check, and she spent the money. And I look at life and it's like, dude, that's so sad. I think it's hilarious that she did that, because she was smart. She understood that, you got to spend the money. You work for the money, you got to spend the money. You got to spend it while you have the time, while you're young enough, while you can move, while you can step, where you can pick up your legs, where you can enjoy, where you can go spend a week doing whatever the hell you want with your old lady, and you're not too damn tired. You guys can have fun from sun up to sundown and be so damn weak after a week that you got to rest for a month. It doesn't matter, but those are the things that you need to enjoy when you have the time and you have the physical fitness, the body to do that. When you wait till you're 60, you guys can't even enjoy what you missed out on because you were always working. You were always, making it home and your wife's in bed. You don't even get to spend time with your kids. You don't even get to watch them grow up. You don't even get to go to their ball games or go to their acting classes or go to their theater productions. Because of what? Because you're so worried about providing for now and storing up for later that you're never even going to get to use. It's all a trap. The system is a trap because the government knows you're going to die. And a percentage of people are never going to get to use that stuff. And then just keep a cog in the system working. So the people above, so the people with money, the people on top of the world can continue to live in the now and go do what they want on all these islands. Have all these adventures. Do all these things against the law where the law does not apply. But all the rest of the world are slaves. Slaves to the money system. Slaves to their job. Slaves to the fact that they have to feed their kids. Have to send their kids to school. Have to pay for daycare because they have to be working all the time. Then they have to make enough money and all that stuff so they can send their parents to old folks' homes because they don't have time to take care of them. They got to forget about them. It's disgusting. The whole system is broken. We have to fix it. The only way to do that is to focus on the now. And start minimalizing what's real in life and what you need. And start understanding that everything we need is within us. It's about love, it's about connection, it's about time with each other. It's about growing. It's about laughing and crying and skipping and ringing around the rosy, whatever the hell that means. Watching the sunset. Going fishing, it doesn't matter. Having fun, enjoying the spoils now. Because you're not guaranteed later. Having love now. Because you're not guaranteed it later. Taking risk now. Because you may not even be able to take a risk later. Me and the dude, we went and ate lunch and we worked and we just kind of communicated all day long, kept talking with each other. And again, he was like, it's just awesome that, I get to work and you get to work with me and we get to work with each other. And, we just get to help each other, like, ultimately. And I was like, yeah, dude, it's freaking weird that it's came to this. Like, it's weird, like, because, like, your person died so quick, instantly, like, boom, like that. And then, mine did as well. And it's like, it happened so quick. And it's like, but we've both gone through so much. And it's just like, when that happened, it was just like, some random expectations were gone. And you had to reevaluate your whole life. Now, you got to. You didn't have to, you got to. And either you make the choice to reevaluate or you continue to live in the hell and become a victim and pity pout and cry about the situation. Or you change it and overcome it. It's just weird because it happened like him and then at me, and it was like we've just grown so much more, and he just keeps pushing me on my art so hard, and it's cool. It's good to have it, and it's really cool. It's really amazing for someone to fucking just back you and trust you and love what you're doing and want to help you. And it's so weird because I've never felt it before. I've never, like, no one is doing this for me. So for me, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's cool. It's different. I never felt it. I believe him, I trust him, I love him. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's super weird. Because no one else has done that for me ever in my life. To really believe in me, especially in something that I love, and something he knows it. Like, and it's weird. It's super weird. Because people could be like, cool, good job, Cody. But, like, this dude's like, no, like, talking about it, excited about the process of doing stuff, creating the websites and everything. And it's like, dude, this is so weird to me. Because no one's ever done this for me. No one's ever cared what I've done. To be honest with you, in the totality of it. No one showed me that they did. And it's kind of like when I talk about, kids, people need to be held down and hugged until they believe that they're fucking loved. Even though the kid's going to be pissed off and screaming and mad and upset, at some point in time he's going to break and go, okay, this dude loves me because he's not letting me go. And like, this is the same thing. I understand I'm difficult. I understand. I understand it's hard for me to trust. But it is what it is. And it's perfect. It's cool, man. Life is cool. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. 54:27. It's been a minute. I don't know how long it's been, 10 minutes or so. But I don't know, man. Today was cool. Like, me and him did some work. We went to the art place, museum. I got to show him the dogs, the wounded dogs, and then the metal work. And just some other stuff. Like, and he's cool, man, because he's like, he wants me to get print stuff and maybe scan a couple paintings. And kind of sell those and just figure out the process of that, you know. And I told him, I was like, me and one of this gallery owners talked, and she wrote me out a price sheet of what I should be selling my art for, what it's gonna cost, what it's gonna do, like what I need to do, and all this stuff. And so he wants to see all that information as well. Like, he's so excited, man. It's overwhelming, because no one ever believed in me. Like, and maybe they do, maybe they're like, but they never pushed, right? And I know that at the end of the day, I've always done things by myself, and I've never had help, really. And so, like, it's so hard for me because I know it's a lesson. It's a life lesson, and it's the greatest lesson I've ever had, because, like, you would look and be like, your mom needs to be that kind of person for you, right? Or your dad needs to be that kind of person for you, or maybe your brothers and sisters, or something like that. But I've never had it. I never had anyone push me to do anything, ever. You know, and that's kind of why I talk about, like, the little bit of neglect or whatever. But to me, it was regular, and I just had to figure things out on my own. But I've just never, ever in my life had anyone, like, really cheer me on and, like, be behind me in anything. Other than maybe the last house flip where he was like, you need to work on your health and stuff, and on your mental health. I was like, yeah. And that was cool, man. And this is like lesson number 2, where it's like, now someone's believing in my passion. Someone's believing in me. Someone's believing in my ability to do what I'm doing. Someone believes in me, and it's fucking weird, bro. It's weird to go 35, 36 years of your life and know, and when you really look back at it, no one cared. I don't know what it was, whether I was just so self-sufficient my whole life, but, like, no one ever cared. I guess they knew I would be fine. I don't know. Or they knew they couldn't get to me. They didn't know how to help me. They didn't know how to inspire me. I don't know. But I felt like no one really cared. No one ever really cared what I did. You know, when I talk about this, when I graduated college, like, my mom came. She was excited that I graduated. They were happy for me. But, like, she never pushed me. She never asked that I can think of how school was going or nothing. I just did it on my own. And a lot of that's my part. Maybe for not sharing. But not having communication. You know, but in my mind, it's like, no one's here with me anyways. I just have to do it myself. Otherwise, it's not going to get done. And that was everything in my life. Everything in my life. Since the beginning of time. And yet, I would bend over backward for the rest of the world. But when it was my time to handle my stuff, I just did it. And it's not good or bad, because it made me who I am. It made me capable of doing anything alone. And understanding that I can do anything alone. And I'm more than capable. It built tons of skills. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I know it's also a weakness. And now I'm understanding that there's people in my corner that actually truly believe in me. And that's overwhelming in itself. It's hard for me to even have emotions for it, especially in front of those people, because it's like, I don't even know what to say. Because thank you is not enough. This doesn't seem real to me. I've never had it from anyone. And then you gotta look, and it's like you could say it's some random human being that you met from a long time ago, and you've just been doing work with them, and then they're showing you more love and attention than anyone in your previous life has. Like, what do you do with that? Other than accept it and know that you're worthy of it, but it's fucking difficult. And then I kind of look at my life and I go, I get it, because this is how I look at the rest of the world. When I just want to help other people. I just want to love on other people. I just want to give everything that I have to other people. Yeah, it's fucking difficult to accept. But I just did it because no one ever fucking did it for me. And I know it's difficult and it's hard by yourself. But I had no other choice. It's just regular to me. It's weird. The last year and a half has been weird, bro. I've been blessed with so much stuff. I don't even know how to explain it. Just being able to accept something from another human being is crazy for me. It's crazy. It was a crazy test. It was a crazy battle. It was a crazy every single time. And now it's like people are like, here, this is, I'm giving you this. I'm like, okay. Do I want it? Not really, but I have to accept it. Do you want to do this for me? I have to accept it. I'm worthy of it. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's real weird, man. It's real weird the growing, dude. It's real weird doing the opposite of what you've done your whole life, man. And it's all, like I said, it's always just crazy. Life is so fun. And I'm telling you, what makes it fun is just being aware of life. Being aware of everything going on. Every time frame. Every click on the clock. Every interaction with humans. Every spoken word. Every bird that flies. Every bat that grabs a freaking lightning bug. Every conversation you have. It's precious and perfect. And you don't know what it changes. You don't know who it helps. Every smile, every peace sign out the window. Every foot out the window. Every bouncing of my truck and people hear my secondhand music. They hear me talk. They see me smile. They see me dance. They see me enjoying life. They don't know me from Adam. But what I'm doing is real. What I feel is real. And that's love. It's excitement. That's pleasure. That's perfection. That's the reason to be here. Whatever happens, happens, and I'm okay with it because I can get through it. It's not that big of a deal. It's life. It'll all work out in the end. It will all work out in the end, man. And everyone's going through stuff. Like, it's so crazy. Like, so we leave. Everyone, I go into the art place. Everyone's like, hey, Cody, whatever, da 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 da. And, it's cool. The next artist that's coming there is Tim Yankee, which is fire. Like, he got some cool ass stuff. I can't wait to meet him. So he's gonna be there. So I'm definitely gonna go help for that show, because I want to meet that guy. And when I was leaving, I asked one of the guys, I saw him coming in. I was like, Tim Yankee's gonna be there, right? He said, yeah. I was like, well, I'm gonna show him some stuff. I'm gonna show him some stuff. And he just laughed. He goes, you probably will. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I will. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'll show you some stuff. But and then we just kind of talked, like we left and we were just talking. Then, you know, we just spent more time together. We had to go pick up some drywall and take it to the job and kind of walk over the job and just kind of go through what I'm gonna do and you know what the best plan of action is for me to get the best result in the house that's pretty old. And how I can do it the fastest and quickest and most efficient way and make it look the best without doing the most amount of work, you know. And whatever. I mean, we just talk. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just weird. Like, the amount of time you don't understand how many things we take for granted. Like, you really don't. Because, like I said, then drop of a dime. Like, he was like, I saw my dad. He came and talked to me for 6 hours, and then 2 weeks later, he was in the hospital, and then he was gone. And I was like, yeah, dude, same thing, bro. And my mom was fine. She was here. A month later, she was gone. Like, you truly don't understand. You're just so busy in the hustle and bustle of surviving. You don't understand what's really going on. Every moment, every breath, every glimpse into somebody else's soul, man. Look in them eyes, them beautiful eyes. See all of eternity. See all the pain. I'll see all the pleasure, all the joy, all the love in every single human being, dude. I don't know when I started doing this, but a year and a half ago, whatever, it's something shifted, bro. Boom, it just shifted. And I started focusing on human beings so much. I started living in the moment. I don't know when it started because I didn't even know I was doing it. And I didn't, like, I remember in group therapy, dude, like, I would own the room, and I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why because I knew a couple months before then I was such a different person. And then, like, when I would go in there, I was different. Like, I started to become different. I started to become confident in what I was saying. Like, I started to be funnier. I don't get it. I don't know what was happening other than I was confident in myself and I started to love myself and I started to know that I was there for a reason. And then, like when people talked, I started to listen for real. And I listened before, but now it was different. It was a different kind of listening. And dude, just staring people in the eyes, bro. Like, it's so different. You connect so differently. Like, it's mesmerizing. It's hypnotizing. I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know what it does. But, dude, when you look people in the eyes, bro, like, it's weird. And you look them in the eyes. You look them in the face. And they know it. They feel it. They see it. They sense it. You are giving them your attention. You are giving them your focus. You are giving them your love, your time, which is the most important thing in the world. You ain't fiddling on your phone. You're listening. And that changes the world, man. Because then people, that's why people tell me everything. They're vulnerable. And it's part of the process of them hearing and speaking out their problems. And like I said, that's part of my purpose. It's part of who I am. And I know I'm doing it in one scale here, but in the future it's going to be a bigger scale. It's going to affect more people, and it's going to affect a lot of people. But I don't know, man. And then, whatever, so we got done, and then we left each other. He brought me back to my truck, and I went to the lake and I was gonna go swimming. I came home, got my swimming trunks, and I just listened to the rest of my talk. And I got there and I was like, dude, I don't know. There was a bunch of people out there. I was like, man, I'm not gonna go stand in the middle of them and look weird. And it's not that I care, but it's like I'm gonna respect their space, and I'm just gonna end up sitting there. And it was whatever. So I just didn't whatever. So I just came back home and I think I made me some water or something. I don't know what I did. But then I went to ate. Like I said, I just ate. I started listening to music and just kind of chill the rest of my day because I knew I wasn't going to paint. I actually looked at my material and I knew I didn't have enough to do another painting. So I was like, the only way I'm not going to paint is if I don't buy more material until I'm ready to paint again. So it's kind of a way to make myself take a break from it. Because I want to paint right now. I wanted to paint tonight. I always want to paint. Because I never know what's going to happen. It's so exciting for me. I don't know what's going to come out of it. You know, when I look at a lot of my paint, and he was kind of talking about my paint today, like, he keeps talking about my summer stuff, like my sunsets and my landscapes. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, those are different caliber than what this stuff is. But this stuff is more adventurous, more like, you know, Star Wars, because he could equate to that, right? And so I was like, you know, it's more like that kind of stuff, and it's just different. And but now, throughout today, dude, I understood. I looked at, I was thinking all day, because he was just talking about art, and I was like, I already have like multiple styles of art that I can do now. Like, it just depends. Like, if I start doing commissions, like, I could be like, hey, look, you can do this way, you can do this way, we can do this way. And then that's my parameters. Like, what style do you want? Like, what do you want it on canvas? You want it like this? You want different things? Like, I can do it so many different ways now. it's like, like these are my parameters, so I can start marketing that. Like I can make you a piece. Like, what do you want? These are your options. Like what kind of color layout you want? You want hyper colors? You want beige colors? You want pastels? Like, what do you want? And like I'm understanding now, like just in the last, since January, since I started painting, which is 7 months. Like I have all these techniques that I can do now, and I can have all this different stuff depending on what you want, and it can be catered to you, for a specific price range. And hell, it doesn't take me long at all, to be honest with you. I can do whatever. And I kind of understand that people probably like my older stuff or the sunset stuff. And the sunset stuff is easy. Like I know how to do it every single time now. And I did enough that I know how to get the result that I want if I want a result. Even though my paintings have been surprises and based on feelings, I can get the result I want every single time because I had to do it that way. I had to do it on the feelings, and the feelings is what taught me the exercise of what happens with no restrictions. So I can understand the flow of things, so understand how it happens without me making it happen, if that makes any sense. Me not forcing anything. And so now I know I can, look at it, the process, and understand how I did it and how I created the scenes that I created. Even though I was going with the flow and surrendered to the process, was going with my feelings. Now I logically can understand how I did it. Backward engineer it. Like I already know. I know the process because I did the act. I can undo the act. Or I know the steps in the act because I did it once. That's how I learn. That's how I live. I'm pretty intelligent like that. I don't know why. But it's just me. I've always been that way. You do the act one time, and it's simple. You can do it for all of eternity. I hope other people are like this. The only reason why I think that they may not be is because they're not focused. They're not paying attention to what they're doing. When I'm always attention to detail type of dude, even if it looks like I'm off in my own world, I am focused completely in whatever act I do. Yes, I may be doing multiple things at one time, but that's how I focus. I have to focus on the 360 surrounding of me at all times. That's how I do things. Because it was a protection for me. But life is cool, man. Life is crazy. And every day I'm just, like I said, I'm just enjoying life. And this song is crazy. This song is perfect. When you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. You gotta live on your toes. You can turn friend into foe. This song is sick, man. This song is perfect. Like, and so this was supposed to be, this is what I painted the end of my painting to. And like when you see the scene, you got the Grim Reaper in the top left, man. And the Grim Reaper is not good, and the Grim Reaper is not bad. We equate the Grim Reaper to being bad, but the Grim Reaper is not bad. He is just doing his job. He is coming to get you when your time is done. And I equate myself to being the Grim Reaper a lot of times. And I equate people being the Grim Reaper in my life as well. Whether they're lessons, whether there's maybe someone who rejected me in the past that put me through a lot of pain and stuff like that, they were my Grim Reaper. It's not good, it's not bad, but something had to die in me. Something had to be so bad that I had to face it and then become a phoenix and come out of it. I had to overcome it. I could have cried. I could have, quit doing everything I was doing, quit focusing on myself, and put my head in the dirt and got the result that they wanted. But instead, I did what Cody does. I get knocked down, I get back up again. Because I'm already down here. I'm already down here. I ain't no quitter. I ain't got no choice because I didn't have anybody to pick me up. I've always had to pick myself up. So the Grim Reaper's not bad. And so the painting is the Grim Reaper in there, and there's 3 of them. And if you look at the previous painting or the previous scene, it looked like a werewolf, whatever, and they fought that and they overcame that. And then now they're fixing to face time. They're fixing to face the Grim Reaper. Will they succeed or will they not? Who knows? There's 3 of them. There's a pixie. There's a girl, maybe like a mage type, and then there's another one, the black mask. Who knows? Who's friend, who's foe? When time comes, who's friend, who's foe? I understand that in my life, when I'm shining, when I'm big, when everything that I have done, all the work that I've done comes through, and I'm on there, I'm up, I'm on top of the mountain, people are coming. People gonna want to jump on the bullet train. I get it. Are they friend or foe? That's what this is. That's what this journey has been. Prepare me for that. Let me trust myself, trust my feelings, understand who is a friend and who is a foe. And then not be blinded by shiny things and pleasures. And be able to withstand those things. To have self-confidence, to have willpower. And to only do what I find to be true and right and good. And to follow my guidelines, to follow my rules, to follow my commandments that I created, that I find to be true. Yes, they're imprinted on me, but I still have to choose whether or not I follow those or not. And that's the whole point of free will. That's love. I've seen it. I lived it. I know. I've done the time. I was born in the dark. And now I'm in the light. But it's the light that I produce. Because I quit hiding it. I hate that I'm not painting. But it's part of it. It had to be this way. And I'm grateful and I accept and I appreciate the fact that I'm not painting. Yes, it sounds double-sided. But you can have 2 thoughts. Because everything is a lot of things. Well, humans. Sometimes we don't like the stuff that we do, but we do like it. Own that shit. If you want to keep doing it, do it. If you don't, you don't. Man, I love her. She's toxic as hell. Well, if you can manage it, manage it. If it's not good for you, then at some point you're going to have to walk away. But it's whatever you decide. It doesn't matter. It's your world. You choose. This job kills me all the time. But the money's good. I'm stressed out of my mind. I have to go home and drink every single night. But the money's good and I have to have the money. Because I have to have this big ass house. And I have to have these 2 car payments. But do you? Maybe get a lesser job. Downsize. I don't know. It's your life. You create it. You choose it. You working to live or you living to work. You get to choose. Quit blaming it on other people and accept it. And then, once you do that, then you will choose what you want to do. And you're more than capable. You're strong. You're overcome. You do what you have to do at the end of the day to survive. And if you don't, then you don't. It's up to you. It sucks. I don't condone anything. But it's not my world, it's yours. You know, that's a lot of it, dude. That's why it's like, dude, I've gotten so much stronger because, like, I'm able to just, like, fly around the world, man. And to just go into other people's worlds and, like ice. I can live in there. I can feel in there. I can have emotions for you. I can be empathetic for you. I can give you time. I can give you my perception. And I can flow out. And I can walk back into my world and be like, fuck, none of that even matters to me. I love you. I want you to be happy. But at the end of the day, I don't really fucking care. Because I can't. I can't let your emotions, I can't let your choices, I can't let your life affect me. And I hate that I word it that way, but I do. I'm going to always do it that way. I'm telling you the truth. But that's where you got to be, because at the end of the day, you're not here with me. You're not the one supporting me. You're not the one hoping my dreams go through. Because I know you can't. I know you ain't got time, and I'm okay with that. And I'll help you when I can help you. I'll do what I can, as long as I'm not enabling you. But you got to make choices for yourself. Every choice for yourself. You got to choose to walk that way. I can't push you all the time, because then I'm neglecting the rest of the world. And I'm neglecting myself, which is the most important thing. And if I neglect myself, then I'm neglecting my future. I'm neglecting my future kids, my future wife, my future this, my future that. And I'm not going to do that no more. Because no one's going to do it for me. The only one who can do it is me. And I got to be due diligent, and I got to stay on top of that. I can't go back to where I came from. That doesn't exist anymore. I got rid of that. I blocked it out. I dry erased that stuff out of existence. Nothing but a memory. And I own those memories. This song makes me hype, bro. Life makes me hype. Like, everything makes me hype. Like, funny, man. Like, I had some girl text me. She texted me this quote thing, just talking about beautiful people. And I was like, oh, perfect. You said it at the right moment. And we just talked a little bit. She's cool. She's cool people, man. She's cool people. You know what? She's cool people. And it's like, and then the last thing she sent me was like, hurt people. And I was like, yeah. Dude, I know, bro. I know, hurt people, because I did it. Now, like I said, everything I do, it has the intent of love. Or to get the best potential out of you. But it doesn't mean it's going to work, because you have to be the one to act. You have to be the one to change. You have to be the one to do that stuff. It's not up to me. I can only do so much, you know. But I don't know, man. Life's crazy. I wonder if the stars are coming out tonight, man. If they do, I may stay out here and chill. I have no idea. I don't know, man. Dude, there's no telling what's gonna happen tomorrow, man. I think I'm gonna go weed eat the yard tomorrow. Maybe I'll go pressure wash one too. I don't know, man. I think I will. I don't know, man. I'm just taking it easy in life and just trying to rest a little bit still. I know next week I start the big job, so have to drywall work and make some good money, so whatever, and get a lot of stuff done. And actually, after next week, dude, I'll be good on money for a minute, probably. That'd be nice. That'd be a little bit of relief. Like, even though I'm not stressing it, and I always have plenty of money, really, to be honest with you. It all works out in the end. And that's just kind of like a shift that I went through. It's like I just don't care. Like, it's weird. I just don't really care. 'Cause right now, I'm not making any big moves, and I'm just living day to day and still growing, like I said, and still building my product, which is me. And yeah. So I don't know, but it will all work out in the end. And more money I get, the more material I can buy for art. That's what I told the dude today. I was like, dude, I don't really care about money, because it's like, if I get money, I'm just gonna go buy art stuff with it. Like, that's really, like, that's my drug. That's literally my drug. And it's weird to say it, but not really, because that's what I tell everybody. Like, I was like, art is my drug. Painting is my drug. Like, I love it. I love it. Like, I love helping people. I love talking to people. That's awesome and inspiring, and it's fun. But art is my time, and I just never really felt. Like I said, my whole life, like I never felt a connection to anything like I have been to art. Like I've never felt a connection. Like I've never been lost in the process before of anything that I've ever done. Like I can't. Where just time fades away. And like, it just doesn't exist. And like, the moment that you're in is just, it just is. And it's just, I don't know, the most realist thing ever. Nothing else matters. You know. And I guess I could say, I've had those moments with humans too. Where like I just get engulfed in them so much, like just in the presence of this. Just I don't even know, dude. They're so confusing to me. Maybe like when I see a grown ass woman hug her dad, like in a moment like that, it almost like it lasts for eternity. Like it's like all time stops, and you see just something that was just epic and something that you didn't even know it could be real, and you could just feel it, and it was freaking weird, man. You know, it's moments like that, or you see a grown-ass man let his son just hug him as long as possible. Like moments like that, where just time just stops, and it's just like love just takes over, and just a shockwave just goes through all of existence, and like the world is just a little bit better because of that. And it's kind of the same thing when like when people create, like, and they truly create, and like you see that, and you see that, like when I go to the art shows and I'm helping this dude pull these dogs out and set them up, and you can just see him turn into a kid, and just the enjoyment and the excitement, the understanding that he put so many hours into making these, and now he's getting to go around the world, or go around these places and set them up and let people enjoy them and understand and connect to what he created, and the world just gets a little bit better because of it, because of the true authenticness of someone putting their heart, soul, and time into creating something, and not something just for themselves, but something for the rest of the world, for people to enjoy, for people to remember, for people to understand, for people to feel. Creating their own reality and allowing people to step into the reality so they can be part of it. That's what art is. Sharing your reality with the rest of the world. Because that's love. Holla. Love y'all. Peace. I ain't even try to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that.
Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo, bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, when you know what I know, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know, yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leaving LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on the rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo, bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, when you know what I know, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know, yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now now so close I can taste it. Off to the races, I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres, leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on the rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo, bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, when you know what I know, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I can taste it. Off to the races, I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres, leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on the rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo, bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit shit go when you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo, bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, when you know what I know, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, when you know what I know, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. what I know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Hey, whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo, bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, when you know what I know, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I can taste it. Off to the races, I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres, leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on the rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. That shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past. Leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know. one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leaving LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, so I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know. One hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leaving LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, so I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes, and I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, 'cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. 'Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. 'Cause when you know what I know. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races, I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres, leave in LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. 'Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. 'Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, 'cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. That shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, so I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past. Leaning on the gas, 'cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo, bitch, yeah. 'Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, 'cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. 'Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. 'Cause when you know what I know. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And And now so close I can taste it. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leaving LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on the rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, when you know what I know, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I can taste it. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leaving LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, get hard to keep your feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on the rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how when you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know. Yeah, one hand on a rifle, that shit for survival. The other on a Bible, and everything that I do got a purpose. Even though my life turned into circus. And now so close I get tasted. Off to the races. I ain't got no neighbors. Traded them for acres. Leaving LA, but they treat me like a Laker. Every time I come round, talk about a come down. When you get high as this, it's hard to keep feet on the ground and shit. Dotted line, nah, I ain't tryna sign and shit. I'm just tryna keep what's mine and shit. Cause when you know what I know, it's survival. One hand on a rifle. I ain't never lied to you, I ain't even tried to. The only thing I can't give her is a title. Cause when you know what I know, you just gotta live by the code. But you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, that could turn your friends into foes. Stay 10 toes down like my nose. When you know what I know, you can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know, that shit could leave you in a flash. 200 on the dash, so I'm speeding till I crash. So I leave it in the past, leaning on the gas, cause I needed it fast. Full tank, nobody gon' gas us. They want answers, but nobody asked us. They forgot my words, so I taxed them. Just ask them. But I flip a bird, living ahead of the curve, and then I hit the curb. I knew I had to mature, I had to do the work. I put my head in the dirt, and then I did that shit. Yeah, I did that. Got presidential tint on the windows, they ain't seeing through. Feel good knowing I got it, but I'ma keep it too. Had to go missing for a bit, but now it's peekaboo. Bitch, yeah. Cause when you know what I know, you gotta live by the code. And you gotta live on your toes. When you know what I know, I could turn friend into foes. And I had to stay 10 toes down like my motherfucking nose. You can't trust a word out of anybody. Even when they hurt you, they ain't never sorry. So I stay out the way, cause that's how shit go. When you know what I know. When you know what I know. Yeah. Cause when you know what I know. I'm just, and people they take it as preaching when I'm talking. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man. I've been behind the curtain. I peeked behind the curtain. It was more than a peek. I lived there behind the curtain. Cause when you know what I know.